actually on Channel Voice. I'm having a... What's this game called? It's The Witness. It doesn't come up during the game. The Witness. There we go. The Witness adventure. I'm having a Witness adventure or The Witness adventure. I'm never sure how to say it, but this is an adventure in the game The Witness. That's what I'm having. I'm John. I'm having an adventure. Anyway, I've got this puzzle to do. I've got that puzzle to do as well, but it's gone. It's dark. It's black. I can't select it. Let's solve this. So I've got 3 starting positions. Now, that one means nothing. Like, why would you even put that one there? So, let's go with this starting position for the time being. Oi! See, that's already wrong. It's already wrong. That's already wrong as well. Hang on. Okay, that's better. Let's do this. Oh, see, I didn't even see that. Didn't even see. Yes, I'll get it. I'll figure it out. But you can't have both. How do I get to either? Is there another starting position that I don't know about? Right. If you do that, okay. This. Hopefully this makes sense. Just got to get a little lucky. Oh, I didn't even see this bit either. Alright, back I go. Back I go. Let's turn it around. I feel like I've got the right idea. Generally, but... No, it's wrong. It can't come up like that. Ah, I don't get it. You need things like that. See, that will do it, but how do I get this and this and this? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm being dumb. I was thinking of doing this, which is the stupidest thing I thought. Oh yeah, just leave myself with no way out. That's what I'll do. So, I'll go with this idea again. I can see this, leaving me with no way out. Yeah. I don't quite get how I'm supposed to... Whatever option I take, I leave a place that's not gettable. Then I cannot start there. Something like this. Right. Nope, no, that's already wrong. It's already wrong. Nope. And there's another place I left out. God, I can't get my head around this one. I've got an entire video to attempt to, though. I mean, let's do this backwards, right? Obviously, that's the end point. So I can approach it from either side. Even this. Right. What I'm thinking of doing is all I've... So that seems like a good, reasonable way to start. Just need to cover this one place. Just this bit. Oh, damn it, I can't. If I do that, I've trapped myself. No, I'm not keeping that. No, I want to see the pattern and you won't let me, will you? But yeah, I'd have to cover places. I've got a new idea. That was a stupid idea. Bollocks. No. It's the same thing I did before, wasn't it? You just leave yourself open. Also, I forgot to do that. Right. Ah. No, that's fine. It's not fine. Ah, there's always a bloody place I've left out. Okay, I think that's the answer. If we ignore the fact that I cannot get out again. No, John, do you know what you've done? Yeah, you've been an idiot. That's what you've done. I'm just not getting this one. Just trying a simple pattern. Right. I mean, that was close, surely. I can't tell, I can't inspect. I am going to draw it out on a piece of paper because it's annoying me. Also, I'm going to draw this route that I've got because I think it's close. See that line? I'm going to use that as a dividing line. So here's the end. But it could have gone either way. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know how many there is. So let's say it starts here. That's what I've got as my way out at the moment. There's an X there, you can't go through that one. That's a line. Ah, no, don't turn back. I've got that. That goes back. All three of those are needed. Then 3 of those. So where did I start? I started there, of course did. So 1, 2, up, right. This is a start position, the one next to it's a start position, the one next to that's a start position. And that goes up. What have I done wrong? I'm on the 3rd start position, the 2nd even. So that goes up and right. All 3 of them go right at this point. I have no idea if this is going to help me at all. And both 2 of them go up at this point, that ends. Yeah, I've done this well. Oh, Christ, this... Right, this isn't helping. It's a weird puzzle that you can't... This is what I've done and I made a mistake, guys. I need to print this out. I need it 3D printed, please. But it's not just a puzzle that... yeah. I'm not terribly good at these at the best of the days. The main problem I have with it is things like this. That will automatically... Sorry, Alt tab to move. Yeah, now if I go there, that's automatically blocked off. If I go there, that isn't automatically blocked off, but that will be up the top. Go right to the bottom and see if that helps. This might have even been one I've done before. And there again, I've left a piece. That makes it undoable. Alright, let's try just putting a little bump in there. I bloody can't. I've explored this. And I can't because of reasons. That has to be there. This has to be here. Wow. I basically burnt for all of these. And just this one puzzle. Just... It's not the only puzzle I've got though. I've got one more in the world I could go check out. It's... even might be another one, I guess. Getting there might be quite difficult. Let's try random ideas. It's this again. I am going to try and draw this map again. Okay, let's try this again. Use a tissue, John. I guess this will. Right, this time I'm just going to draw the roots, not what I've got. So, there's 3 start positions. Like so. Side ones go up 1. Like so. That goes sideways. Up. Left, down. So. Well, how many squares is that? 2, 3. And it's 2 squares there. Right. So that's full. That's full as well. That's easy to add. Where am I? Damn it, don't swing around me. That's also full. No, it's not full. That is where I have the ending. The one after that's not full either. It's just 2. And that goes across and down. If I go across, that's just 1. That goes across and down as well. And yes, that turns into 2. In fact, that's where it starts again. So, have I drawn that right? That is a dot. That is a dot. Yeah, I'll do. So this is what I've got. That's what it looks like. That's got the repeat in it. If I had the red pen nearby, I'd add across and have to do more than 1 layer. I'm going to need an extra pen. Okay, I've got an idea. Just looking at that, now I can visualise it, I've got an idea. Which is not viable. Yeah, I didn't think this one through. Yeah, it doesn't really translate like that on the map. Right, screw it, I'm coming back here. I've got a puzzle I need to solve out there. Possibly a few, to be honest. But I know of one, and I need it solved. It's a bit weird that I just brick wall thrown in front of me like that. I know it's supposed to be difficult though. What are they? The R stands for Team Rocket. Maybe I should iron it one of these days. Yeah, this lift takes a long time. Right. The rest should be pretty quick. So I'm going to the desert and I'm going to do the really hard puzzle there. Get another cinema piece. Get some more copyright strikes. There we go. The way is it? This is the way. And I might see some new stuff. I've not... There might be puzzles in here. Well, there was at least one already that I found. Two, the ceiling ones, but... Right. We have all the lasers. And of course, maybe the answer will make sense when I sail past it. No, because it's not even the outside one, is it? Right, so I'm looking for more of these, right? I think there's more. Oh, I know there's more. Which one in particular? Well, I want the desert one, but it's not next to... Where is it next to? I'll see. Did I do that one already? Probably. Oh, I didn't know you could get here. Oh. Righty then. There's a pier. Let's get on a boat. And go to that desert and see that other thing that I couldn't do. Also, I don't take the boat the other way around very often, so something I'd like to do to see if I see new things. So, here's how you summon a boat. Wish I knew this at the start of the game. See, I wish I knew about the boats at the start of the game. I may have to do this again on the Oculus, though. Right, where am I? There. Where's the desert? I can't... Where is it? Oh, it's up there. Let's go this way. Ah. I'm going full speed though. You and your sneaky laser that I didn't see. Hopefully I'll see the mountain rocks. I'll keep a lookout. But as I said, I'm fairly sure I did that one. Yeah, I think I did that one already. Stop, 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 stop! Ah! It's too late, isn't it? Let me leave a boat here. Oh, whatever. Carry on. And the lady's going, look! Look at the lasers you made! I wonder why they are statues. There's a chance, look at all these puzzles I've solved! I'm in puzzle heaven. You know what, there's always one of these things that I can't do. I've probably gone the wrong route. Oh yeah, I haven't gone round. Sometimes you're going to need to not go round. There's probably... No, I don't know that, but... It makes sense for them to have put at least one thing on each route, possible route. Ah, fine. Alright, just take a sip of my tea. What's down there? Could be secrets in the water. Let me out. There we go. And I think that is me running at full speed. Right. Not sure what the quickest route up is. Probably not that. Let's go outside. Alright, I'm gonna go round. Screw it. I'll keep a lookout at the sky for that grey cloud as well. Yes, we're not going to the temple. Why isn't there a boat access for here? Is it to give this base a sense of grandeur? Don't know. That was a hypothetical question. But I am going to check out this difficult puzzle out here. Somewhere. Where are the steps? Oh, more over here, I guess. Wow, it's going to be somewhere. It's there. There you are. Right, this is going to be easier than the puzzle I'm stuck on, right? Oh, God. Well, it's not right, but it's close. Let's try and visually memorize that. But this time, I'm going to start that whole left-right business a little bit earlier on. So let's do this here. We start going left to right, and then I started up and down. Okay, it can't be like that. There we go. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. No, I've made it worse. Okay. Now I've made it a completely different shape. So, I need to circle back in here. So it means that what I did the first time round? Well, let's circle back, shall we? I've got a new idea. So yeah, this is not going to be that difficult because I think I know the answer. I think I know the answer. Actually, yeah, there's bound to be more than one answer as well. Something like this. There we go. You can see what I'm trying to do here. Not that, John. Right. Not quite what I wanted. But if I fiddle around... Okay. Not quite what I wanted. So... we need to make sure... Nope. Oh, crap. Yeah. A little bit of an issue here. Clearly not that, John, is it? Crap. Yeah. Huh. Right, this needs... Let's make that one down there a 4. Like so. It can be 5 above that. It kind of needs to be, I guess. No, can't be... Can't be that. Yeah, I can see what I've done there. Fine. And I appreciate that that's where I started off, but... it can't be that. Unless that's how I end it. No, that would cut off. Okay. Now, there was a reason why I did a previous thing. So maybe the obvious thing was to have that go into a 3. So maybe to have it go upwards, right? So let's not do the obvious thing anymore. Let's have it go left. And this is good practice for getting the other one in, I think. So that means doing this again, which I liked. I liked this bit here. But this time I can go 2. No, I can't. No, I can't. What are you thinking, John? We're going to have to learn certain positions of things, but... Ah. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. No. Okay. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. If I want to do that, I need a route back. Keep that 2. That 2's good. But instead of trying to be clever with this stuff here, we're going as a straight line. Because I need an area to loop back with. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to remember all the rest I tried doing. But let's try and guess it. This is fine. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That needs to be a 1 for what I'm trying to do to make sense. You can see what I'm trying to do, though. I'm just hoping all the bits are contained. So let's tuck that into a 1. Like so. This bit. We go around here, we loop back, and we may be in danger, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, we are unfortunately in danger. I've done this shape, but I've had to sacrifice a piece to do it. Huh. Okay, there's got to be a way to include that piece. I don't know, because it needs this line here. The only place I've got leeway, actually, is that bit where I tucked in. If I untuck it, like so, then I might get more space to do stuff in. To do a sort of... To do what with? It either has to be this... Alright, let's build what we've got. Yeah. How do I include that piece? The only way I can include that piece is by turning that 3 in a different direction. And that basically breaks what I was trying to do. Now, it might be possible for me... No, it's not. The only way I can think of doing it is to go back to the straight. Now that requires, for there to be a straight, something like this. I didn't even think about doing that. Well, I did just then. That might be considerably easier. Nope, that's wrong, John. You can't do that. Has to be the final thing you do. Then how are you going to tuck it? To tuck it, you need this bottom bit. It needs to be surrounded, and to get down there to surround it, like this. Would that do it? Is that too much? Because I need to do that. That's the problem. Yeah. Bugger. It makes sense. Oh no, it doesn't. That's wrong anyway. Because it leaves two pieces open. How did I have that working before? That did work before, didn't it? You'd have to do this. Right? Then... No, that would block off. It has to be the final thing you do. Alright. Alright. I've got an idea. Not allowed in these two places. They're going to be the last things I do. Yeah. Ooh, so close. See what I want to do that, but I needed space for one more. Which means pushing things back a little. That E, well, hang on, let's take away that. I know that does break it. Not only does it breaks it completely, but no, that doesn't even work. What I need is to remember that E, because I'm still gonna do that E. Because I'm still gonna do that E. Actually, am I still gonna do that E? We'll see. We're going to do the E, but smaller. I think that's the only way I can do that. Then I need to leave that like so. Do I have this? No, this doesn't make sense. What are you doing? You've got the 3, it just needs to come in from an angle. What angle do you need? I need the route up. I need to go down there. I need to come back and route up. Which I might even have space to do. But as soon as I do something like this, I know I've lost a piece. Oh, it's gone to... Right. I'm going to make that E even shorter. Like so. Oh, screw that. Let's go with that idea. Oh, no. Let's see what happens if I just try and be blatant like this. Well, that's not working. For start. It does take them. I've done it very crudely, but fortunately, this would be perfect if I didn't have to get those two there. Ah, that was close. There we go, we've done it. So what does that mean? It means not only do we need this, we need that line as well. So let's do this. Damn. Is there any way of doing it without blocking it off? Right, I've got a new idea. No, I don't think I can lock it like that. I think that was my initial problem. That you can't do that upside down. Like, I guess you could do this. Yeah, this is why I decided you couldn't do this shape. Because you'd always lose things. So and they're not close enough to include themselves in the shape and cut bits off. So I'm stuck doing this. Now, whether this makes any sense or not, I'm not entirely sure. Well, I know it doesn't make any sense, but I've now divided all three things up just to make that 3. So the question remains, is it possible? All I need is to enter, is to not use any of those and to have an enter position from here. Right? But I need to not use any of those. How do I do that? Right, now I've got a new idea. We have to include this bit, yeah? So I already don't like that bit. That will give it a 1. You need to do that. And it makes sense. Now, obviously I've not included 2 of them. But I can just do this. Actually, that might be harder than it sounds. I need all 4. I've reduced it to that. Even though that is fixable, you can't include. Alright, so that 2 there is basically stopping me from extending it that way, and that 1 here is basically stopping me from extending it this way. Then I've got an idea. We will make it the last thing we do, and we'll do this. This is how we yeah, yes. Right, my original plan is to enter here from the left. I just want to do everything, but I want to enter here. I want to make sure everything's in. do I enter there from the left? Oh, no, hang on. I just need to enter here from the left? No, I need to enter here like that from the left. That's the plan, yeah? So I just need to figure out how to get everything else in there. That is kind of stopping me from doing that. Unless I leave a path here. You can't leave paths, John. But you can do this. This should do it. This could be it. This could be it. Ah, bollocks. That's close, though. That is very close. I just need to figure out if it's possible or not to put that in. How do I do this? As soon as I do that, it breaks as well, doesn't it? Yeah. Ah. Alright, I can do it from here. Like that. Right? That's the easier way. What was I thinking? Do it from there. I need to enter from here. So I just need to keep that in place. Oh, you bastard, John. For not getting that. Well, I'm going to be more literal with it. There. Ah! No, 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 no. Shit. Hang on. How did I get that to work last time? Because I need to enter the top. You can't enter from the bottom, John. You can enter from the bottom if there's... No, hang on. You can't enter from the bottom. Why did I even think you could? You have to enter from there. Which means there needs to be a route up there. That's why it's down here. That's why. Alright. Then we have a plan. We have an idea. This. This time. Damn. Does that make sense? What my plan is? No, it doesn't. God damn. A stupid plan. Yeah, it would need to come in here, and you can't because of this. It's the same problem as before. Oh, we'll give it a go. Oh, no, I've not... No, I was closer before. I'm wondering how the hell I even did this. Did it by having that open, that's why. By doing this. By making sure it's open. It's always bloody... Right. No. Right, there was something wrong with this idea before, but I can't quite remember what it was. But I'll go with it. I'll go with it until I can realise what was it that I did wrong. That I need that thing. That's what went wrong. Damn. Yeah, those two there keep screwing me over. It needs to be... No, it doesn't. Hang on. No, it doesn't. You do it differently. Right? Yeah, I can do this. Now I can't. I've officially made it undoable again. Yeah. Think, John. Think. Use your brain. It either needs to stick out or be in one of those three positions. Doesn't work, John. Would need those two. And if I cut off there, then it's not in the group. Those two are bastards. They're just completely in the way. And that's why I was convinced you had to go in from the top, because that was the only place where it didn't screw up. Let's say I have to go here. I mean, it's not going to work for the time being, but what would I have to do to achieve that? Just that. That's all I'd have to do. But that would be wrong. That would open it up. Okay, what if I didn't have that bit at the top? John, we've discussed this a lot. If you didn't have that bit at the top, what would happen is you would have those two pieces left and it wouldn't count. If you do it without those two pieces, it'd be brilliant. But that's not the puzzle. The puzzle is to do it with all the pieces. So, is there a way I can move them? No, because it's in the way. The only place it's not in the way is here. And I think that might still be in the way. And here I lie into the original problem, which was, hang on, this problem here. Well, a version of it. Getting that from 3 to 4 is easy, but who cares, because they're in 3 different sections. Well, it's an idea. Nope. If I grab this, I'm not allowed to grab this. What I can do, nope. Just breaks things, that does. Nope. Okay. No. Alright, I've got an idea. Damn it, even when I try and go out my way to make it... Yeah. Not sure what I'm trying to do here. An idea. But it doesn't work because you can't bloody do this. I was trying to create it so that was in the middle. There's a left section, right? A middle section and a left section. So I thought I can move everything out of the left section. Into the new section. Hang on. No, you can't. I mean, I could solve loads of problems if I could just cut this off like this. Or even find a way to add a piece to it, but you can't. The only way you can build that piece is like this. Or, like, you know, like this. And, yeah. And I have a horrible suspicion that What was your horrible suspicious John? Suspicious John? Suspicion John. Oh, it doesn't matter what my horrible suspicion was, because an even more horrible one has come true. Let's make these flat. Let's make it completely flat on the bottom here. Like so. Not sure why I did that. Whatever my plan was, it needs that to work. It needs... Does it need... It needs that to work. No, it can't have that, John, because the way the thing works. Unless you have it as a 3. And then it's a case of doing this. I think this is how I should be working on it like a 3. But you can't, because it needs to bump. It needs... I feel like I've gotten this down to a really smooth pattern, but that isn't solving the problem. If I grab that 2, it ruins the chances of me getting that, as far as I know. If I grab that 1, it ruins the chances of me getting a 3 that's directly touching that. And I need to grab both. So that means the 3 has to be up here. It has to be those last 3. And for it to work like that, it needs this, and suddenly we're in the same problem again. Like that. Okay, I've got an idea. It's not a new idea, but I'm going with it. Oh, bollocks, this doesn't even make any sense, John. I need the top. Let's say I only need the top row. I just need the top. So I can do this. That's all I need. Just the top. Just the top. And Either way, it's gonna not be connected in a way that's useful. That was connected in a way that was useful. No, it fucking wasn't. Sorry. Sorry for swearing. Let's think of it like that. I'm going to go and get a phone because I like this. Could I have made this by tucking that one there and by upwards one and by waving these? Could I have made this? So let's get my phone. Right, I'm back with my phone. Just taking a picture of this. I want let's put it up. I want that. So let's start again from scratch. I want that exact thing. But the only thing I'm going to change is I'm going to bring this up like this. I'm going to build the shape, that E, like so. And something's going to do this upwards and I go down. Now I know I've not done that, so what I do is I tuck on the way up. I want to tuck right. How do I make it tuck a slightly different way? I need it to go. I need it to end. Oh yes. I need it to end differently. Don't think I can, unfortunately. Hang on. Ah, bollocks! So close. Right, that's the closest I've been so far. Let's turn towards you guys. This has to be close. Let's create space by doing this. What does that do? I'm not sure. That goes immediately up. So that needs to be the last thing that happens, though. Ah. Now I know I'm missing some, but it's the concept. Ah. Okay. It would work if I did this. That would give me... That would have been missing a bunch, though. Yeah. Shifted it. I can shift it around. Right. What about this? I'm just trying to shift the shapes around. If I can shift them enough, like so. Well, that was interesting. I need them to both together, so I'm flexing the wire essentially. But unfortunately, those bubbles need to be next to each other. So let's try and bring it down. Like so. Oh, that was a bit weird, wasn't it? Tried bringing it down and I created more. I could turn that to 3. I could turn that to 2 easily. Alright, let's keep that E. I want to consume a couple of those bubbles. So, as an experiment, let's put these up here. Oh, god damn it. Right. Let's unflex that one. And now I've got the 2 again. They're in different places. If I can shift them to the right, how would I go about doing that? If I can get them together, then I'm close. I must be close. Fortunately, I've got 4 there. And it'd be very easy to bring some down. Let's bring those 2 up. So, it's not the right answer, but I'm going to bring those 2 up. This one here. Just because I can. Ah. It's so close. It's so close. Ah. If I needed it to be that shape, it'd be brilliant. Two dots. Loads of dots. This isn't making any difference, is it? We're back to that bloody E again. Move that up, move that down. Right. That could do it, that could do it. Maybe. Right. We'll make the full E's with the 2's. I hope this is all making sense. I'm bringing this up. We'll make the full E's. It's the route in. I think. Don't get your hopes up, John. Yeah, come on, be right, please. Yes! That took us a really long time, but I did it. I've earned my little box. Let's go to the cinema. It's better be open up. Oh, yeah. Let's take a photograph of this and watch a little film. Lovely. Well, where's the nearest boat? Let's go this direction instead. No, that's the direction we came from. Let's go into this direction instead. You can't even get a boat to the mountain, can you? Which would make sense, I'm going to be honest. But I don't know, but it's nice seeing the scenery. I'm not going to the mountain. You're going to the village. We can go to the mountain in the next episode. We're not getting anything done, like, in a minute. Yeah, to the windmill. You're going to be down there. Where are you, windmill? You're over there, aren't you? Somewhere about. Wait, it can be seen by the harbour. Fine, I'll take the other way in. Whatever. I don't care. Because we're going to watch that film. We're going to reward ourselves with some content. Right. As always, I've photographed it upside down.
And so, by a backhanded, upside-down argument, was predicted that there is in carbon a level at 7.82 million.
Hey, I've seen this.
And then experiments in the laboratory with carbon show indeed that there is. And therefore, the existence in the world of all these other elements is very closely related to the fact that there is this particular level in carbon. But the position of this particular level in carbon seems to us, after knowing the physical laws, to be a very complicated accident of 12 complicated particles interacting. So I wish to illustrate by this example that an understanding of the physical laws doesn't give you an understanding in a sense of understanding the significance of the world in any way.
Have I seen this? I think I've seen this.
Details of real experience are very far often from the fundamental laws. There are, in a way of speaking in the world, we have a way of discussing the world which you could call, we discuss it at various hierarchies or levels. Now, I don't mean to be very precise, there's a level, there's another level, there's another level, but I will indicate by describing a set of ideas to you, just one after the other, what I mean by hierarchies of ideas. For example, at one end, we have the fundamental laws of physics. Then we invent other terms for concepts which are approximate, who have, we believe, the ultimate explanation in terms of the fundamental laws.
Told you it was getting meta.
Heat is supposed to be the jiggling, and it's just a word for a hot thing is just a word for a mass of atoms which are jiggling. For that, fundamentally, we should think of the atoms jiggling. But for a while, if we're talking about heat, we sometimes forget about the atoms jiggling. Just like when we talk about the glacier, we don't always think of the hexagonal ice snowflakes which originally fell. Another example of the same thing is a salt crystal. Looked at fundamentally, it's a lot of protons, neutrons, and electrons. But we have this concept, salt crystal, which carries a whole pattern already of fundamental interaction.
I've forgotten his name.
Or idea like pressure. Now, if we go higher up from this, in another level, we have properties of substances like refractive index, how light is bent when it goes through something, or surface tension, the fact that the water tends to pull itself together, is described by a number. I remind you that we have to go through several laws down
so it's
to
all,
find out that it's the pull
it's
of the
all an
atom.
abstraction.
But we still say surface tension, and don't worry when we're discussing surface tension of the inner workings always. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. Go on, up in the hierarchy. With the water, we have the waves, and we have a thing like a storm. We have a word for storm, which represents an enormous mass of phenomena. Or sunspot, or star, which is an accumulation of things. And it's not worthwhile always to think of it way back. In fact, we can't, because the higher up we go, we have too many steps in between, each one of which is a little weak, and we haven't thought them all through yet. If we go up in this hierarchy of complexity, we get to things like frog, or nerve impulse, which you see is an enormously complicated thing in the physical world, involving an organization of matter in a very elaborate complexity. And then we go on, we come to things, words, and concepts like man, and history, or political expediency, and so forth, which is a series of concepts that we use to understand things at an ever higher level. And going on, we come to things like evil, and beauty, and hope. Now, which end is nearer to the ultimate creator, or the ultimate? So if I make a religious metaphor, which end is nearer to God? Beauty and hope, or the fundamental laws? I think that the right way, of course, is to say that the whole structural interconnections of the thing is the thing that we have to
I've
look
forgotten
at.
this guy's name.
And that the sequence of hierarchy, that all the sciences and all the efforts, not just the sciences, but all the efforts of intellectual kind, are to see the connections of the hierarchies is to connect beauty to history, is to connect history to man's psychology, the man's psychology to the working of the brain to the neural impulse to the chemistry, and so forth, up and down, both ways. And today we cannot, and there's no use making believe we can, draw carefully a line all the way from one end of this thing to the other. In fact, we've just begun to see that there is this relative hierarchy. And so I don't think either end is nearer to God's. And to stand at either end and to walk out off the end of the pier only, hoping out in that direction is the complete understanding, is a mistake. And to stand with evil and beauty and hope, or to stand with the fundamental laws, hoping that way to get a deep understanding of the whole world with that aspect alone, is a mistake. And it is not sensible either for the ones who specialize at one end and the ones who specialize at the other end to have such disregard for each other. They don't actually, but the people say they do. But that actually the great mass of workers in between, connecting one step to another, are improving all the time our understanding of the world, both from working at the ends and working in the middle. And in that way, we are gradually understanding this connection, this tremendous world of interconnecting hierarchies.
That was cool.
If you expected science to give all the answers to the wonderful questions about what we are, where we're going,
Cheating, you just put two people together.
And so on, then I think you could easily become
Oh,
disillusioned and then
it's
looking
not
for
two
some
people.
mystic
I'm an
answer
idiot.
to these problems. How
It's
a
two clips
scientist
together,
could
though.
take a mystic answer, I don't know, because the whole spirit is to understand. Well, never mind that. I don't understand that. But anyhow, if you think of it, though, the way I think of what we're doing is we're exploring. We're trying to find out as much as we can about the world. People say to me, are you looking for the ultimate laws of physics? No, I'm not. I'm just looking to find out more about the world. And if it turns out there is a simple ultimate law that explains everything, so be it. That would be very nice to discover. If it turns out it's like an onion with millions of layers and we're just sick and tired of looking at the layers, then that's the way it is. But whatever way it comes out, its nature is there, and she's going to come out the way she is. And therefore, when we go to investigate it, we shouldn't pre-decide what it is we're trying to do, except to find out more about it. If you say, but your problem is, why do you find out more about it? If you thought that you were trying to find out more about it because you're going to get an answer to some deep philosophical question, you may be wrong. It may be that you can't get an answer to that particular question by finding out more about the character of nature. But I don't look at it. My interest in science is to simply find out about the world, and the more I find out, the better it is. I like to find out. There are very remarkable mysteries about the fact that we're able to do so many more things than apparently animals can do, and other questions like that. But those are mysteries I want to investigate without knowing the answer to them. And so altogether, I can't believe the special stories that have been made up about our relationship to the universe at large, because they seem to be too simple, too connected, too local, too provincial. The earth, he came to the earth. One of the aspects of God came to the earth, mind you. And look at what's out there. How can it isn't in proportion. Anyway, it's no use arguing. I can't argue it. I'm just trying to tell you why the scientific views that I have do have some effect on my beliefs. And also another thing has to do with the question of how do you find out if something's true? And if you have all these theories of the different religions, have all different theories about the thing, then you begin to wonder. Once you start doubting, just like you're supposed to doubt, you ask me, is the science true? We say, no, we don't know what's true. We're trying to find out. Everything is possibly wrong. Start out understanding religion by saying everything is possibly wrong. Let us see. As soon as you do that, you start sliding down an edge, which is hard to recover from. And so with the scientific view, or my father's view, that we should look to see what's true and what may not be true. Once you start doubting, which I think to me is a very fundamental part of my soul, is to doubt and to ask. And when you doubt and ask, it gets a little harder to believe. You see, one thing is I can live with doubt and uncertainty and not knowing. I think it's much more interesting to live not knowing than to have answers which might be wrong. I have approximate answers and possible beliefs and different degrees of certainty about different things, but I'm not absolutely sure of anything. And then many things I don't know anything about, such as whether it means anything to ask, why we're here, and what the question might mean. I might think about it a little bit. If I can't figure it out, then I go to something else. But I don't have to know an answer. I don't feel frightened by not knowing things, by being lost in the mysterious universe without having any purpose, which is the way it really is, as far as I can tell, possibly. It doesn't frighten me.
Right, that was cool. That was possibly my favourite one. I can't remember his name, but if it's the person who I thought it was, there's a kind of great resource of all his obviously they're old clips, like Google has him in a particular place, or BBC, one of them. I'll figure out his name. I'm sure the internet already knows. But there, yeah. If it's, I might be thinking of someone else, a different American around those times who happened to do exactly the same thing, teach exactly the same type of stuff. Sounding more and more unlikely though. This has gone on very long. It's probably been the longest video yet. I got stuck on that puzzle for ages, so I'm going to let you guys go. I've been John Proxy, I've been having a witness adventure. I'll see you guys